The red rubber ball. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, very good. Yes, I do. You say, yes, I do. Now
Yes,
we're gonna, okay, now we're gonna read and listen to the audio track and answer some questions. Ready?
okay.
Okay. Let me play the audio. Just give me a moment. Well, oh, it's not. Okay, 110.
Are
Page
are you
18. Read.
Let me
The red
give me
rubber
a moment.
ball.
Did you say something, dear? I couldn't hear you.
Jack and the Beanstalk story?
Yes, of
Uh,
course. We're gonna watch it together today. We're gonna watch it together, the rest of it. Yeah, remember? Of course. After this call, we will watch. I remember because I remember that we watched the beginning of the story, but we couldn't finish it. Today, we're gonna watch it again. Okay?
Yay!
Okay, great. Well,
Page 18. Read. The red rubber ball.
High up on Antuco Mountain, Carlos kicks his red rubber ball so hard that it flies high in the sky like a shooting star. Far across the world, Ashanti is playing Daga with her friends. It's Ashanti's turn to be Daga, the boa constrictor. So she goes into the center of the circle. Her friends dance and skip around her while she acts like a snake and tries to tag the next Daga. It's fun to catch them. Ashanti is tagging a friend when something red drops out of the sky into the circle. Where did this come from? There is no ball in Daga. Ashanti laughs. She bounces the ball as hard as she can. It flies high and fast across the sky until she can't see it anymore. It flies over a forest, white cliffs, and a big blue ocean. Far away, Hyo and his brother are playing amok. Hyo plays with little dark pebbles, and his brother plays with little white ones. Hyo tries to line up 5 of his stones to win. Winning isn't easy. Hyo is finding the perfect place to put his stone when something red rolls into the middle of the game. What's this? You don't need a ball to play amok. Hyo smiles. Then he throws the ball as hard as he can. It flies far into the sky, over plains and seas. The Fernandez family is playing La Thuncuna. Papa draws boxes in the sand. Mama writes names in the boxes, one for each day of the week. Machias tosses a stone, and Maria jumps over it. She lands in the next box without stepping on the line. Maria likes landing on one foot, and she puts her arms out to keep her balance. Something round bounces on her foot. Hey, what's this? There is no ball in this game. Everyone laughs. Maria tosses the ball in the air, and Machias kicks it up into the sky. The whole family watches as the ball goes up and up until they can't see it anymore. High in the sky, the ball flies over lakes, canyons, and streams. Carlos holds out his arms and catches his red rubber ball.
Okay, he's red rubber ball. He's the only boy playing on Antuka Mountain today, but he's not sad. Carlos has friends all over the world. So we discussed the words from the text. Now we're going to answer a few questions. Okay, match each rule to a game. Number one, each player tries to line up 5 stones. 5 stones, which game?
Is mực
Excellent. Omo, very good. And number two, one player has to jump over stone.
đa kìa.
Oh, no.
La Thu Kuna.
Yeah, Lathan Kuna, very good. And the player in the middle is a snake.
Is Daga.
Very good. And now, what is the main idea of the red rubber ball? Which one can be the main idea, if you remember?
She's all over the world like to play game.
Excellent, very good. And now let's complete the sentences using the words from the text. Okay, a boa constrictor is
Snake.
Very good. Yeah, of course, very good, snake. And when you toss a ball, you
Throw it.
very good, through it. And after you jump up, you must land on
Round.
of course, on the ground. Very
wait.
good. Yes,
Just on round.
yeah, on the ground. And when you keep your balance, you usually, when you keep your balance.
We fall down.
No, when you keep your balance. If you don't keep your balance, you fall down. But when you keep your balance, you keep your balance, you
stand
yeah, stand straight. Stand straight. Very good, like this. Let me show you. Okay. This is me. Yeah. This is me. And I'm keeping my balance. Okay, let me draw my head. Okay. Well, okay, here is good. So it's me. And this is my hair. Okay. So I'm keeping I'm keeping my balance. It means I can stand straight. So, okay. Wow. Like this. Very good. Like this. You can stand on the ground. Okay. So you don't fall down. Okay. Well, okay. Well, let's keep going. Now, let's listen to the song together, and then we will talk about some words, okay? So give me a moment to play it. 111.
Page 21. Grammar in use. D. Listen and sing along. Having fun.
We like to run, we like to jump. Running and jumping are lots of fun. Do you like to bounce a ball? Sure! Bouncing a ball is lots of fun. Do you like to kick the ball? Yes! Kicking it high in the sky is fun. And when there's music, we dance and dance. Dancing to music is definitely fun. We like to run, we like to jump. Running and jumping are lots of fun. Do you like to bounce a ball? Sure! Bouncing a ball is lots of fun. Do you like to kick the ball? Yes! Kicking it high in the sky is fun. And when there's music, we dance and dance. Dancing to music is definitely fun.
Well, okay. Let's have a look at these words. Running, jumping, bouncing, kicking. Okay, what are they? Okay, we don't need this one. Definitely means completely. So let me write, we don't need this. Okay, well, look, as you can see, we have some verbs like skip, like jump. I jump. I kick the ball. I, for example, play. Okay, I dance. So we call them verbs. And if we want to make a noun, we need to add ing. We need to make gerund by adding ing. So we say skipping, jumping, landing. And how can we use them? So let's talk about them. As you can see, sometimes we need to make a noun. For example, if we have a verb at the beginning of sentence, we need to make it gerund or ing form. So we say playing, playing. For example, basketball is fun. So now playing is a noun, okay? And sometimes, so as you can see, I have the word at the beginning. So I don't say play basketball. I say playing basketball is fun. And after that, sometimes I have another verb like. I like playing, for example, dog. I like playing. Here, playing is a noun, ing form of verb. So if we have a verb like, we can use ing form of verb after it, okay? For example, I like to dance. Dancing is fun. Okay, so we can add ing to the verb, to the end of verb to make gerund, okay, or a noun. Now, let's have a look at this 3 sentences and try to fill in the blank with the gerund. Gerund means ing form of verb. Let me change the color so that you can see. Okay. So, gerund means ing form of verb. Okay. Claire likes to run. She thinks. Our verb is run. So we need to make a noun here. Gerund. So Claire likes to run. She thinks.
Cheating is fun.
Running is fun. She thinks running. And as you can see, I doubled N because my verb ends in N, that is consonant, and before it, I have a vowel like you. Run, running, double N. Okay, Jeff likes to ski.
He goes skiing every year.
Skiing, very good. Skiing, very good. Excellent. So as you can see, skiing, ing. Oh, this one is extra. And the last one.
Rina loves to dance. Dancing to music is fun.
Dancing, very good. Dancing to music is fun. Okay.
What happened
Wow.
with happened with my hair?
Oh, what happened to your hair? What are you doing with your hair? Oh, it's okay now. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about these actions: cleaning, running, cooking, and dancing. Okay. Tell me which actions are hard work and which actions you enjoy doing.
What? Hard work.
For example, let me say something. For example, I say, I enjoy reading books. I like it. I enjoy reading books. But I think, for example, doing the dishes is hard work. Doing the dishes, washing the dishes. Okay, how about you? Something that you enjoy, something that you find hard.
I think I think I think cooking. No, I think learning math is hard work.
Yeah, very good. Learning math is hard work. And how about something that you enjoy doing?
I enjoy baking cake.
Baking cake. That's great. Yeah, can you?
What?
Can you make cake?
Yes, but I have a book to make that.
Oh, great. That's really good. Excellent. I know, I'm sure that it should be really tasty, delicious. Okay, well, and now it's time to listen. What games did someone teach you to play? Listen, write the information, okay? So I'm gonna play this audio. We'll listen and complete the table together. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, I am. Okay. So,
Page 22. Listening. A. Listen. Write the information.
I'm Adam. My father taught me how to play chess. 2 people can play. Each player has 16 pieces that you play on a board. Each piece is like a person. For example, you each have a king and a queen piece. You win the game when you are able to catch the other player's king. That's called checkmate.
I'm Grace. My mother taught me how to play checkers. It's a fun board game for 2 players. Each player gets 12 round pieces. You try to jump over and take as many of the other player's pieces that you can. You win the game when you take all of the other player's pieces, or they can't move. I'm Sandra. My grandfather taught me how to play backgammon. 2 people played this game. Each person has 15 flat pieces to play with. You put the pieces on a board with triangles on it. You shake 2 dice to see how many spaces you can move. The winner is the one who gets all of his or her pieces off the board first.
well, okay, let's talk about Adam. What game does he play? And how many players do actually this game needs to play this game?
Okay. Adam name of game is chess.
So it's chess. Very good. And how many players do you need to play chess?
Two player.
2 players. And okay, let's talk about the number of pieces for each player.
Number of player is yeah.
Okay, so you may forget, it's okay, no matter. Okay, let's talk about Grace. We will listen and find out all the parts that we couldn't listen and we couldn't hear during the listening. Okay, how about Grace?
Right, name game is um, I cannot remember.
Sure.
Check.
Checkers, okay, something like, chess, but a bit different, it's something like a game board, like chess. Okay, let's do something. Let's listen again and try to do this part together again, okay?
Okay.
Page 22. Listening. A. Listen. Write the information.
I'm Adam. My father taught me how to play chess. 2 people can play. Each player has 16 pieces that you play on a board. Each piece is like a person. For example, you each have a king and a queen piece. You win the game when you are able to catch the other player's king. That's called checkmate.
Okay, so Adam plays chess and his father taught how to play chess, and 2 players need to play chess, so 2 players, and number of pieces for each player.
It's one.
16. Yeah, 16 pieces for each player. Okay, now about Grace.
I'm Grace. My mother taught me how to play checkers. It's a fun board game for 2 players. Each player gets 12 round pieces. You try to jump over and take as many of the other player's pieces that you can.
Okay, so Grace, who taught
It's
checkers?
his mother.
Mother, very good. And how many pieces?
Is 12 pieces.
And 12. Okay, and now, Sandra?
You win the game when you take all of the other player's pieces, or they can't move. I'm Sandra. My grandfather taught me how to play backgammon. 2 people played this game. Each person has 15 flat pieces to play with. You put the pieces on a board with triangles on it. You shake 2 dice to see how many spaces you can move. The winner is the one who gets all of his or her pieces off the board first.
Okay, so backgammon, who taught it?
Grandfather.
Of course, Grandpa. And tell me number of pieces. How many players?
Is 2 players.
Okay, and number of pieces for each player?
15.
15, very good. And now, how we can win the game? For example, who wins the chess? When 2 people are playing chess, who is the winner? A person
You
who...
catch the other player king.
Excellent. And how about checkers?
You take you get all of your piece off the ball first.
I think it can be related to backgammon. So checkers, you take all of the other players' pieces or they can't move. Yeah, am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, now. Amy, when your friend feels worried or afraid about doing something, what can you say to make them feel better? What do you say? For example, I'm your friend and I'm going to take an exam tomorrow, and I'm really worried, afraid about doing. So, what do you say to me? What do you say?
It's say đây like some people worried or afraid about doing something, we can say to make them feel.
For example, if you were my friend and if you felt worried about something, I would say, you can do it. I know you can. Don't give up. Keep trying. Don't worry. Just do your best. So you can use these sentences, these phrases to encourage your friend, okay, to say something good. It means don't worry, okay? So when your friend feels worried or afraid about doing something, you can say something to maybe encourage something good to your friend. So you can say, you can do it. I know you can. Don't give up. Keep trying. Don't worry and just do your best. Okay, so let's practice. Amy, I'm worried about tomorrow's exam. What do you say?
Don't worry, you can do it.
Very good. Don't worry, you can do it. Okay, and now you tell me something. You tell me something. I want to encourage you.
I'm afraid because tomorrow I have a geography test.
Yeah, so you're feeling worried. You're afraid about your test. I know you can. Don't worry, just do your best. Okay, so we need to practice these statements, these phrases to encourage all the people. Okay?
Okay.
Well, as I promised you, it's time to watch the story.
Yay!
Okay, yes, well, okay, give me a moment to find it. Yeah, well, yes, give me a moment to find it. Okay.
Nha.
Okay, give me a moment.
When I
I'll
go to turn on
go.
the light.
Okay, you can go while I'm finding it, you can go. So let me, okay, just let me find it. Okay, Jack, where are you? Well,
Gummy bear, gummy bear. I wanna doing the gummy bear.
okay, I find it. So we okay, watch it from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, let me share it.
I have to make up.
I can't. What are you doing? Don't do this.
I make up.
Huh? What is this? Is it ruler?
Yes, it's really.
It's punishment. Are you punishing yourself? Okay, well, can you see now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, class, who would like to do problem 3 on the board?
Jack,
Neues von 1&1. Schnelles Internet für alle mit 1&1 Glasfaser.
Okay, let me.
once upon a time, there was a poor woman who lived in a humble cottage in the countryside with her only son, whose name was Jack. They owned a cow that gave more milk than any other cow in the neighborhood, and they made butter and cheese with the extra milk and sold it at the market nearby. But one day, the cow went dry, and there was no milk to make butter and cheese. There was not even milk for them to drink. They eat less and less every day, but before long they had almost nothing left to eat, and no money to buy food. Jack was still too young to work, and his mother had fallen ill. Jack's mother called him to her bedside. "I am too weak to go out myself, Jack. So you must take the cow to the market and sell her there for as much money as you can." "Yes, Mother." Jack liked going to market, but he was sad that they would have to sell the cow. He set out walking slowly and had gone about half the way when an old man stopped him.
Hello, do you want to sell that cow? I will buy her from you in exchange for these magic beans.
The beans, which were all different colors, were very beautiful, and the old man had said they were magic. So Jack gave him the cow and ran home with the beans. "Look, Mother, what I've got!" he cried as he hurried into her room. But his mother was furious when she saw that he had come home without any money for the cow. "What? You have sold our good cow for these worthless beans?" And she threw them out of the window. That evening, Jack and his mother ate their last crust of bread and went to bed very sadly, for they knew that there was nothing left for breakfast. Jack woke up early the next morning, still hungry. He was so hungry, in fact, that he jumped out of bed and went into the garden to look for something to eat. To his amazement, he saw that the magic beans had grown into a huge plant that stretched right up over the roof and disappeared into the sky. The stems of the plant were so thickly twisted that he could climb up them, as if they were the rungs of a ladder. He began to pull himself up higher and higher.
Yes, dear.
Can you stop the video and wait me, teacher?
Of course. Of course. Wow.
Higher and higher and higher still. At last he reached the top of the beanstalk. In front of him was the white road, which led to a great castle far in the distance. There was no one to be seen, so he started to walk along the road. Maybe someone at the castle would give him something to eat. In any case, it would certainly be an adventure. He was hot and tired and hungrier than ever. By the time he reached the castle, its great gate was shut, but Jack knocked on it loudly. After a while, it was opened by a huge, ugly old woman who had only one eye in the middle of her forehead.
"Oh," she cried, "I need a boy just like you to clean out for me every day. Come in, quickly, come in, and hide, or my husband will see you and eat you up."
Frightened, Jack hurried inside at once and told the giantess that he would become her servant in exchange for something to eat. She gave him a piece of bread and a glass of buttermilk. But while he was drinking it, in the castle, the walls began to shake with heavy tread, and Jack could hear the giant coming closer.
"Quick, quick, hide behind the cupboard,"
whispered the giantess, and Jack slipped out of sight as a giant stepped into the room shouting,
Ba 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 ba, fee fi la fa fa. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead? He alive or be he dead? I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Fee fi fa.
"Nonsense, it's only a nice young elephant that I cooked for your breakfast. Sit down and eat it while it's hot."
So the giant sat down to eat his breakfast and forgot all about the Englishman who stood watching him from behind the cupboard. When he had finished, he called out,
Wife, bring me my magic hen. I want to see some new golden eggs.
Jack could hardly believe his eyes when he saw what happened next. The giantess brought in the little brown hen and put it on the table in front of her husband.
You lay.
The giant commanded, and bloop, 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 she immediately laid 1, 2, and 3 golden eggs. The giant put the eggs into his pockets. Then he settled back in his chair and soon was snoring so loudly that the castle walls shook with the noise. Jack crept out from behind the cupboard, snatched up the magic hen, and ran out of the castle as fast as his legs could carry him, with the hen tucked under his arm. He climbed quickly down the beanstalk and hurried into the cottage up to his mother's room. She was very happy to see him again. She cried with joy, and then she cried some more, because now they would have as many golden eggs as they wanted, and never would be poor again. But Jack soon began to long for another adventure. So one morning, he set out again up the beanstalk. Higher, higher, higher until he reached the top. This time, he has dyed his hair black, and the giantess did not recognize him.
"Oh, you're just the boy to help me clean out the kitchen. Run and chase the mice away. Hurry inside, or my husband sees you, he will surely eat you up."
Jack just had time to dive behind the woodpile as the giant came down from his torrent, shouting,
Fee fi fa ha ha. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
"You stupid old giant. It's only a fat sow which I grilled for you on this pit. Sit down and eat it up quickly before it gets cold."
The giant was very pleased, for after Englishman, grilled pork was his favorite dish. By the end of the meal, he felt so cheerful. that he called out to his wife.
Woman, bring me my magic harp.
The giantess brought in a beautiful harp, inlaid with rubies and diamonds, which he had stolen from the fairies many years before.
Play, harp, play,
he said, and the harp played a soft tune about green mountains and the sea.
No, play something more merrier than that.
Soon the harp played a happy tune, which children use to dance.
Now, play me a lullaby now.
The harp played a sweet lullaby, and soon the giant was fast asleep. Then Jack crept out from behind the woodpile and picked up the harp, intending to run away with it. But as he seized it, it began to shrink. "Master, master!" and its strings jangled together and filled the castle with noise. The giant woke up to see Jack running out the door with the harp. He got up with a roar and lumbered after him, along the road that led to the beanstalk. The earth shook with its heavy tread, and Jack could tell that he was getting closer all the time. He was very frightened, but he clutched the harp closer and ran as fast as he could. At last he reached the beanstalk and began climbing down it as fast as he could. With the harp under his arm, he could hear the giant's shouts and feel the beanstalk swaying and shaking under his feet. Jack's mother was out in the yard, and he shouted to her halfway down the beanstalk, "Quick, Mother, bring me an axe!" She ran to the woodshed and came back with the biggest axe she could find. Jack leaped to the ground, thrust the harp into her arm, and began hacking away at the beanstalk with all his might. "Mother, Mother, stand clear!" The beanstalk began to crack and sway from side to side as the giant climbed nearer. Then Jack slashed through the last stem and sprang aside just in time as the beanstalk came crashing down, bringing with it the giant, who hit the ground with such a thud that he was killed at once. Jack had had enough adventures to last him for the rest of his life. He and his mother lived happily ever after.
Wow, okay. Now let's talk about the story. Give me moments to share my board again. Okay. Wow. Okay. Why did they decide to sell their cow? Why?
Because they don't have any money to buy food.
Very good, because they were poor. Very good. Okay, and tell me, did Jack sell a cow? Did Jack sell the cow?
Yes, Jack sold a cow and he go home. He don't have a money, but he had a four magic bean.
Magic beans, of course. So Jack got some magic beans. Okay, in exchange, their cow. Okay, and tell me, when his mother saw magic beans, okay, how did she feel?
If Jack mother saw a bean and she feel very angry and throw a bean out
So,
the garden.
very good. So she felt furious. Furious means very angry. So she felt furious and shouted and, of course, threw the beans out. And what happened to the beans at night?
In the morning, a bean is grow up and it's very high.
Yeah, of course. And how did Jack feel when he saw that beanstalk?
Jack Silver is very like surprised.
Of course. Actually, he felt great surprise. Okay, well, surprise. So we can say feeling great, surprising means amazement, amazement. So he looked at Beanstalk, amazement, that was feeling great surprise. Okay, and tell me why your cow couldn't give milk anymore? Why?
Because the cow is very old.
Yeah, because it went dry. It went dry. It means it couldn't give milk anymore. Okay, it went dry. Well, okay. What did Jack see at the top of the beanstalk?
What?
What did Jack see at the top of beanstalk? So this is beanstalk, and
Yes, yes.
Jack went up, up, up,
Jack
up.
see a white road and a big castle.
Very good. A big castle. Okay, what did he steal from castle?
Um, he knocked a door and one ugly woman had one eye opened the door and
So when Jack knocked, knock, knock, knocked the door, an ugly giantess, a woman giant, a giantess opened the door and asked him to work for them so that his husband didn't eat Jack. Okay, and what happened then?
and Englishman
Yeah,
and
of course. And when
come and he sing a and he come home and she asked his his wife in how have any children and wife saying it's not have and today I make for you a delicious
yeah,
breakfast you come and to eat.
yeah, of course, of course. And what did he steal from giant and giantess? He stole he stole
Go egg wait
a
me
hen that
can
laid
you
golden eggs. Yes, dear.
can you wait me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Okay, so Jack stole a hen that laid golden eggs and a harp. Yes? Stole means got without permission. Okay, my dear, it's too noisy over there. I can't hear you. So, we learned some words from the story. I want you to study these words, okay, and try to memorize them. Okay, my dear, do you have any questions or issues?
No, I don't have any
Okay,
question.
my dear. Thank you. And time is over. We need to go. Have a great time, my dear, and see you next session, Amy.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Stop. Goodbye.